Sammy here from the Small Urban Greens Homestead. Today I'm going to just take you around our homestead. We've just had this magnificent rainfall which we have been waiting for months. So I'm just going to take you around the homestead and show you how the herb boxes has changed and what we are now planting. So I'm just going to start right here, and this is just an addition that we have just recently put in, just so that we could put another trellis arch. And I've got another rose bush that's just been lying around that needed a home. So this bed is purely just for beautiful flowers and plants, but I do see that a random tomato has just popped up. I'll just leave this fellow over here, and we are now just waiting to see what color these rose buds are. So what's happened here is that our baby chickens are not babies anymore. They discovered soil and they are starting to dig everything up. So I've just had to also put a whole bunch of mesh around my boxes to protect the plants. And you can also see how amazingly big and magnificent these sunflowers are. In this box we've still got a climbing bean. I got my first cucumber in this box. I got a few at the other box, but the point is for it to also trellis up here. Some beautiful lavender, different variety. And then in this box I got some beautiful flowers and the brinjals. And then in this bed some more brinjals and another, I think it's a melon, where I think that one is more a zucchini. Beautiful flowers, and then the rose arch. The rose arch is actually looking so beautiful. And come to this box, and I've mimicked the lavender on that side to here as well. Got some beautiful daisies, and this bed is supposed to be, these two beds were supposed to be for my peppers and chilies. And unfortunately, if I come here to the seedling tray, you can see that some of my peppers that are still in the seedling tray are just so slow to grow. So I'm going to be actually potting these out in bigger pots later on today, and hopefully it starts growing. And what I've done with all the others last week is that I actually put them in bigger pots as well, and you can see the difference in the growth from being in a small little seedling tray, and 1 week later it has literally quadrupled. We'll go back to these boxes here, and as I said, pepper and chilies not really in the ground right now, but the ones that I did over winter that are in the ground, I think this is, what is that, my pepper dew. So that is the pepper dew, looking really great. I think this is a bell pepper, and then I think this is a chocolate pepper. And I got some cucumbers there to trellis. Another bell pepper. I think this is a bell pepper. Let's see. Oh, it's my yellow Jamaican chili. And then I just got some random zucchinis in this bed as well. So this is my golden zucchini. You can see I already got some baby golden zucchinis on there. And this bed is doing pretty well. So this is a lemon plant. It's called the Maya lemon, and a friend gifted me with a lemon about 3 years ago, and I took the seeds, all 7 actually rooted, and I actually gave all them away, but this one I kept, and it is just looking amazing. I just can't believe this is actually from seed. Over here we come, and we've got our worm bin here. Just some random plants, my jasmine, some rose bushes, and then I've got my corn that I it in a box like this because we don't really have much space in the garden to actually put in. I'm thinking maybe this strip here I could do something next year and make it in the ground and put a whole bunch of corn here, but for now I'm using boxes and it seems to be doing great. I've got my first cob here, so that is pretty exciting. I got some turmeric that just started popping up last week and I planted here in June. And then I've got some beautiful melons, so I tried to do some different melons this year. I was very chuffed last year. So this melon here is called an Amish melon. This one's called my green melons. These both are my green melons. I really enjoyed the green melons last season. And you can see this is a male and that's a male. So no fruits. It's too young to bear fruit, so I just like to pick the buds off while they're still small. And I've got some marigolds, all different varieties of marigolds. They're so beautiful and they smell amazing. And this is my Moon and Star red watermelon, very slow to grow. And this, I can never ever say this name, Charentius melon. So it's grown very nicely there. And then here I got my Casabana golden melon. And move over here. So these two beds are getting prepped for the blue kale and maybe the kohlrabi that is still in the seedling trays. But this bed will change, and right now I've got my kale. Check how big this kale is. And so far it is not covered in aphids. We've had a really bad aphid time with the kale, and that is why I've also, if you notice over here, I've got my very first fennel that I decided to grow at the back here. And fennel gets really big, and the reason for fennel is that fennel attracts ladybugs. Ladybugs seem to love to lay their eggs in fennel, and when the ladybugs are born in that, the ladybugs will eat all the aphids, and you'll find that aphids don't really like to hang around ladybugs, I guess, I don't know. But this is what I've heard and this is what I'm trying. And so far since planting the fennel, I'm not really seeing big signs of aphids. There's a little bit there, there's a little bit there, but normally this is riddled in aphids and I don't see any aphids. So might get another one and put it in this bed just to protect my kale. But this is going to change when I'm able to transfer the baby seedlings across. And then over here I've just got another cucumber, and this will trellis on this side, where that one will trellis on this side of the mesh. And then we've got our lemon tree here that got knocked very badly. I think it was 2 years ago. Of course we moved it, and this year it's come back, so we're glad that it's still alive. And then we've got our banana tree here, and some peppers that I've gone overwintered and left it in pots. So this is my Jamaican yellow, and you can see it's already flowered and given me something here. I've got sweet peppers. This is the Corno de Tora, more pepper juice because we love our pepper juice. And then these two that are overwintered hasn't really come back. So we'll just have to watch it. And then we've got your random gooseberry that just popped up. I'm just going to leave this here. There's no harm in leaving it here. Gooseberries are really great. Comfrey that I've harvested maybe 3 times already now. It'll be the 4th time. And comfrey is really great. So what we use the comfrey for is fertilizer. We take the leaves and we chop it up. We put it in water for about 2 weeks to a month. And we use that fertilizer. We bottle it up and it lasts quite a while. We've got another gooseberry, Cape gooseberry over there. And then I just want to show you guys something. It's very interesting. We've got a whole bunch of nasturtiums around the garden. And I've got climbing nasturtiums, got bush nasturtiums, I've got orange nasturtiums. I even got variegated nasturtiums. But this nasturtium is totally different. It's a variegated one because you can see the leaves. It's variegated, but it's very different to the one that I actually bought. So the one I bought, the variegation, the flowers aren't yellow, and with this the flowers are all yellow, and it's stunning. It's not one I've seen, but I'm trying to look for some seeds to definitely keep. The variegated ones I bought, the flowers are orange, so very interesting fun. So this is my bean and pea bed, and it's done absolutely amazing. So this year I decided to try a few varieties of peas and beans. Last year was just the zebra molly beans. Got some beautiful beans here and peas at the back, all different varieties. Got 2 pomegranate trees here. This one didn't do very well last year. It didn't give us any fruits, but I'm seeing signs of fruits here. And check, we've actually got our first pomegranate, so that's quite interesting. And another one over there, so that's 2 that's taken on this plant. And then on this one, last year gave us 3, and I see something happening there and over there. So doing pretty well with the fruit trees. Over here we got our tomato bed, and I've just done a Instagram reel on how to pinch off the flowers while they're very young, so that the growth can actually go into the stem and make it bigger. We did that, and a week later it literally doubled. So I've let it now flower, and that is just from pinching off the flowers while they were young. So that size is too young for it to flower, so every time it flowers I pinch off the flowers, just let it grow. You're looking at about 30 centimeters, and then that's a good growth. So that growth is okay for it to start bearing, but that's even better. And then over here I have 2 beds. So these 2 beds are for my herbs. Mostly this is for my herbs, but I put herbs around here as well. And I've got, I think, only 2 kohlrabis that have managed to survive in this bed. The others have been eaten or dug up. I've got some beautiful lavender, and then we've got our red crimson grape vine that is doing absolutely amazing here. And then over here we have a bed that was supposed to be for flowers and plants, and what's happened here is that Cape gooseberry has just popped up from maybe the previous gooseberry that was here, so I've not really removed it completely. And some apple mint going crazy here. It's quite funny that this one just pops up and does better than the ones that I'm actually taking care of in pots and around the homestead. Absolutely looking fantastic with our trellis arches and sunflowers all around this year. Thank you so much for coming along and seeing what is happening at our small little urban green homestead. Everything is growing, coming back to life, and it's maybe the best part of the journey is watching everything fruit so that we can harvest next. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and we'll definitely see you in the next video.